What is science? Science proves the physical things. I have a mic, I have a pointer. If I leave the pointer, what happens? It falls down. Science proves this. What is the reason for falling down? Gravitational force. It has a mass of m. The ground attracts this, the gravitational force g. Science proves it. What is engineering? You are all sitting in the chair which is having 4 legs, which are having 4 legs. How many number of minimum legs are required to implement it, to manufacture a chair? Single. With 1 leg. Which is the pen? But normally, without any bending, etc. Normal leg means a straight leg. How many number of minimum legs are required for a chair? A minimum of 3, right? 3 you can easily. పాత రోజుల్లో ముక్కాల పెట్ట అనేవాళ్ళు 3 legs. So the minimum number of legs to prepare a stool or a chair or a table is 3. Who says that? The science. Using the science principle, if you implement that particular chair, application of science for the implementation of products to make the human life more simple, simplified, and comfortable is called engineering. What is engineering? The application of science for the development of new products, innovative products, new products. What is the purpose of developing these new products? To make the humans more comfortable, happier. That is called engineering. What are engineering products? Chair is an engineering product. If you do not have chair, what happens? You need to sit on the floor. Your mobile phone is an engineering product. Your bikes, cars, vehicles, trains, flights, all are engineering products. Because of those engineering products, our transportation system has improved a lot. Otherwise, for forefathers ఏం చేసేవాళ్ళు 100 days back నడుచుకుంటే వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళు, లేకపోతే హార్సెస్ గుర్రాల మీద తిరిగేవాళ్ళు. And if I want to reach Reddy College from Kakinada, మార్నింగ్ గుర్రం వేసుకుని వస్తే ఎప్పటికి వస్తాం? Right? It's development, right? It made us very comfortable. The air conditioners, fans, all these things are engineering products. That is called engineering. What is engineering? Application of science for the development of new equipment, new products. What is the purpose of that particular product? That should be useful to the society and to the public, and it should make the people happy and comfortable. Otherwise, that product cannot be called as an engineering product. మనుషులకు పనికిరాని ఏదో తయారు చేసి, మనుషులను చంపేసేదో తయారు చేసి, లేకపోతే if the product is very harmful to the society, harmful to the environment, then such a product can never be called as an engineering product. Now, what is technology? Engineering technology, both one and the same? No? Yes or no? No. Definitely BE and BTech no go. Tech. What is the greatness in that? What is technology? అంటే ఎవరో చెప్పరు, మా బ్యాచ్ అంతా బ్యాక్ బెంచ్, మా ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అందరూ బ్యాక్ బెంచ్ లో కూర్చుంటారు. Highly intelligent. What is technology? Technology is also application of science, right? Like engineering. But there is value addition. There is something more than normal engineering. Right? So obviously we all know technology is much better, much more than engineering. What is technology? Same application of science for the development of new products, which should be useful to the society and to the people, which should not cause any harm to the environment. The technology always focuses more on the cost optimization. The developed product must be highly reliable. So the technology always aims at the reliability. The product must be highly reliable. It should have long duration, working life, and it should give best results. Its efficiency should be as maximum as possible. The resources that are required for the development of that particular product should be as minimum as possible, and the environmental impact should be as minimum as possible. So technology is also like an engineering development of products without causing any damage to the atmosphere or the environment. To the possible extent, we will always look at the different types of resources than the conventional resources, so that the resources can be saved. With the small resources, you can develop good products. The product should be highly reliable and should be available at lower cost, so that most of the people can use that particular product. For example, telephone. Who invented telephone? Graham Bell. Graham Bell and Samsung phone kanipettindi. Kada manandara Samsung e kada vadutunnam. Samsung, Apple. Graham Bell phone kanipettadu. Telephone kada. Mobile phone or cellular phone. And of course, cellular phone extended smartphone. Now, Graham Bell has invented basic telephone. She has proved that the voice can be transmitted over wires. A wired communication through analog wired communication. One can communicate with others through a wired communication. A telephone is an engineering product, right? He is a great engineer. He developed an engineering product. Unless we have telephone, the technology might have not developed to this particular level. Then, now what we have? Smartphones. Smartphones is a technology development. The extension of landline phone or extension of wired communication to wireless communication. Not only wireless communication, that mobile phone has many other features. It has inbuilt camera, so that it can also be used as a camera for recording of the videos, audios, etc. To take our selfies, beautiful selfies, every day, morning, evening, night. Appropriate exams. And it has a book reader inside. All your e-books can be stored in your mobile phone, so that you can use it as a book reader. Then you can use it as a TV. You can watch serials, movies. It can be used as your social media platform, so that you can browse your emails, and you can have chat, WhatsApp, Facebook, etc. You can go through technology videos. You can conduct virtual labs in your mobile phone. All these things can be done in a single piece. So if you do not have all these features in your mobile phone, you need to purchase a separate camera, a separate phone, a separate book reader, separate devices for different purposes. So this particular product is a technology product. So the aim of technology is to minimize the resources and to maximize the applications. And the particular product should be available at very, very low cost. Now the beautiful Samsung Smartphones are available at 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 rupees. No? So this is called technology. Chairs, whatever the chairs you are sitting, how comfortable they are, how lightweight they are, how beautiful they are. This is the technology product. So science says there must be a minimum of 3 legs for the manufacturing of chair or 4 legs. So this is having 4 legs. The wooden chairs, no, they also have 4 legs. What is the advantage of it? What is technology in it? Old and old chairs. If I store, it occupies more space. ఇవి ఒకదాని మీద కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు ఒక రోలో 20 20 20 all these chairs can be stored in the corner of this particular seminar hall. So technology, the resources, where we need to cut the trees to have the wood. Now without cutting the trees we can, of course it is made up of plastic. Now what is technology at this particular point of time? If you can replace, why we have moved from wood to plastic? To have lightweight and comfort, and to have stacking mechanism, etc. And to have low cost also. Now, what is the current problem with those chains? This plastic is again polluting the world. And to the possible extent, we need to have recycling of this plastic. Or if you can invent any other material, here we got good number of mechanical candidates. No? If you can invent any material, degradable material, or if you can replace these plastics with that particular material, if the material is made up of different natural products, and that is available at low cost with same stiffness or even more, even better quality, then that is said to be a technology. Technology is extension of engineering product to a higher level. The aim is to improve its reliability, to improve the applications, or to reduce the cost, and ultimately to make the humans more comfortable and more happy. That's the difference between science, engineering, and technology. Which is the best one? Technology, right? So, being a BTech graduates, what quality we must have? If you can simply apply your scientific principles, is it okay now? In 2022, you can simply apply the as an electrical engineering by connecting 2 wires. If you prove that the current is flowing this particular wire, if I close the switch, it's just proven. 100 years of back nunchi wire lo, if you apply voltage across a particular closed path, current flows. That's already proved. నేను ఇప్పుడు కూడా 2020లో అదే చేస్తానంటే it doesn't make sense. What is the best quality that an engineering graduate must have at this particular point of time? By this time in society, we have got good number of products, enough number of products. What should be our aim? To develop an innovative product. An innovative product. Innovative product అంటే అది మాల్కి పెట్టేశారు, నేను కింద నుంచి ఫ్లోర్ నుంచి వైర్ పైకి పడతాను. ఆరేంజ్ ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ అంటారు. ఇన్నోవేషన్ అంటే డిఫరెంట్ గా, కొత్తగానే, బట్ చెత్తగా కాదు. It should be useful to the society. And what is the aim of it? As I said, it should be highly reliable, low cost, with a low minimum number of resources, and should be highly efficient. It should be recyclable if possible, and it should not cause any harm to the environment. Environmental protection is the ultimate aim all these days. So if you can develop any new product keeping all these parameters in your mind. కొత్తగా డెవలప్ చేయకపోయినా ఆల్రెడీ డెవలప్ చేసిన ప్రోడక్ట్ ని ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ improvise that thing. Already a particular product is developed. If you can add one or two more features to it, then definitely you'll get better jobs and you'll definitely place a bet in one of the best companies. Most of you are in third year and final year. I hope after your graduations, most of you and all of you will be in a best position, will occupy best positions in any organization. And just practice these things whenever you look at any problem, and then whenever you look at that maybe your C program or Python program or your .NET program, your small software program, or your MATLAB simulation, or your electric vehicle, or whatever the area you choose, in that particular program, try to improve it. If you talk about any software program, what is technology in that? How can we improve that particular product? The program must be executed in small time. If you can optimize the program, code optimization. If you can reduce the code size, the storage requirement will reduce us. If you can replace the code with, like if conventional program is replaced with the pointers, arrays are replaced with pointers, then it will be executed quickly. No, the program can be executed quickly. The program requires small space. Then that program is said to be an effective program. Right. It's a brief introduction to our engineering. Let's talk about the electric vehicles. How many of you are aware of electric vehicles? How many of you have seen electric vehicle? Oh, చాలా మంది ఇంకా చూడలేదు. We have been using electric vehicles for the last several decades, right? What type of trains we are using now? Electric trains, right? So most of the trains are electric trains. So we have been using electric vehicles for the last several decades in India, in AP also. What type of motors are used in electric traction? What type of motors are preferred in electric traction? I need answer from one or two. మీరు యూట్యూబ్ చూసుకోవచ్చు, ఫేస్బుక్ చూసుకోవచ్చు, వాట్సాప్ చూసుకోవచ్చు. దాంట్లో చూసుకుంటే నాకు డౌట్స్ అడగచ్చు. అట్ ఎనీ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ యూ కెన్ స్టాప్ మీ, యూ కెన్ క్లారిఫై డౌట్స్. దీని మీద ఎగ్జామ్ ఏం పెట్టట్లేదు, క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏం అడగదు. And it is an interactive session. If you understand the basic concepts, definitely you will get jobs. What is an electric vehicle? What is a vehicle? Which is used for the transportation purpose. To transport something, to transport goods, for the transportation of human beings, for our personal. If the vehicle is driven with the help of an electric motor, such type of vehicles are said to be electric vehicles. Conventionally, what we have, the movement permission. Okay. Conventionally, what type of vehicles we are using? IC engine based vehicles, internal combustion engine based vehicles. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ముందు వాళ్ళు అడుగుతారు. ట్రిపుల్ ఈ ఆల్సో యూ మట్ హావ్ స్టడీడ్. ఏం చదివారు? ఓకే, టైటిల్స్ మారుతూ ఉన్నాయి. యు ఆర్ ఫెమిలియర్ విత్ ఐసీ ఇంజిన్ ఆపరేషన్, రైట్? So you are familiar with 4-stroke engine. Most of the times in IC engine we use a 4-stroke engine, right? 4-stroke engine. What are 4-stroke of an IC engine? Suction, compression, expansion or power stroke, exhaust. Very good. ఇక మీకు మెకానికల్ జాబ్ లెక్కలు వస్తాయి, మామూలు పట్టుకెళ్తారు అవి కూడా. వెరీ గుడ్. We use a 4-stroke engine. Basically, 4-stroke engine consists of different cylinders. In each cylinder, that may be an 8-cylinder, 12-cylinder. We may have a number of cylinders depending upon its capacity. In each cylinder will operate as 4-stroke. What is the purpose of an IC engine? It has to develop a mechanical energy. It has to mechanical energy, which in turn rotates the wheels of the vehicle and vehicle moves. For the creation of the movement, the internal combustion engine takes a conventional fuel, diesel or petrol. In US, normally petrol is called gasoline. Petrol or diesel, or CNG also, compressed natural gas. The IC engine takes a petrol or diesel. When you burn the petrol or energy is released, pressure is created. Because of this particular pressure, the piston moves down. Initially, it takes some amount of oil into it. That process is called suction stroke. In suction stroke, the piston in the cylinder moves down. It takes fuel, either a petrol or diesel or air also, into the cylinder. Then the cylinder moved from upside to IC engine burns petrol or diesel, and it releases carbon dioxide and other gases, pollutes the environment. It causes environmental pollution. What is the disadvantage of environmental pollution? The effects of environmental pollution. If you have air pollution, environmental pollution, humans will get short-term diseases and long-term diseases. The effects starts from itching and skin issues to skin cancer maximum, allergies to lung cancer maximum, small allergies because of inhalation of those polluted air. It may start from allergy to lung cancer, skin allergies, skin rashes to skin cancer also. That is the reason why the entire world is looking at the electric vehicles. The IC engines releases carbon dioxide and pollutes the air. Air is the major concern. At the beginning of this particular session, I said, what is the main role of technologies now? What's the aim of technology now? To protect environment. What is the ultimate? No one appreciates it, and that cannot be called as an engineering product or technology product. Now the entire world is looking at devices which protects our environment. So second drawback with IC engines is, one is low efficiency, second one is air pollution, environmental pollution. Third one, related to low efficiency again. If it is low efficiency, but it takes only air as an input, let it be. గాలే కదా తీసుకుంటుంది, ఇచ్చిన తీస్తుంది. మన ఇంట్లో ఉన్న ఏదో ఆవో ఏమి తినకుండా ఏదో కొన్ని పాలిస్తుంది అనుకోండి, ఓకే, వచ్చినంత వస్తున్నాయి కదా. రోజుకి 1000 రూపీస్ తింటూ 1 లీటర్ ఇచ్చింది అనుకోండి. Do you continue that? Is there a right decision to continue it? Then the third one is available resources consumption. What are the fuels for IC engine? Petrol, diesel, CNG. How about they? Are they available abundantly? Do you have petrol, diesel at Vizianagaram or Visakhapatnam? From where we get petroleum resources? From Gulf countries, right? Mostly they have very few KG basin and etc. Very few amount of resources. So we need to import from different countries. What is the cost of petrol per liter now? 110 rupees, 110 R, 120 rupees per liter. What is the pure milk cost per liter? That is 60 rupees, pure milk, around 60 rupees. Petrol 120 rupees, diesel 110 rupees per liter. So other problem is the availability of the resources, availability of the fuel. If we work hard and if we spend our hard-earned money for the development of Gulf countries and other countries, it's not a wise decision. No? One thing, even though it is going to a different country, not an issue. How long they can supply petrol? If this is the range of consumption all over the world, for how many more years the Gulf countries can supply petrol or diesel? Hardly for the next 10-15 years, not more than that. అక్కడ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర బావుల్లో వాటర్ లాగా తోడేవి కాదు, ఎన్ని తోడేసినా అయిపోతాయి కదా. They can supply only for the next 10-15 years, not more than that. Then what to do? The price further increases. After 10 years, if the price increases to 500 rupees, 600 rupees per liter, what do? We all need to come back to cycles. Is the wise decision again? If we come back to cycles, if I need to come from Kakinada to Vijayanagaram by bicycle with a driver. Is it a wise decision? Again, I'm ready to go back to horse. What's the aim of technology? It's always moving further, developing with good products. Now, because of these reasons, we are forced to look at the other options for transportation. Transportation of the human beings, transportation of goods, transportation of any other thing, industrial equipment, etc. So that is the reason why we are looking at electric vehicles. When we started developing electric vehicles, 5 years back, 10 years back, 20 years back, when we have actually started developing electric vehicles. Very good. 1830s. Previous slides you said. Very good. అందుకే ఆ స్లైడ్ చూడొచ్చు, మీరు గూగుల్లో కూడా సెర్చ్ చేయొచ్చు. నా మై ఇంటెన్షన్ ఈస్ మీరు గుర్తు పెట్టుకొని అప్పుడెప్పుడో చదివి చెప్పారా లేదా కాదు. దట్స్ ద రీజన్ వై ఐ సెడ్ ఐ యామ్ నాట్ కండక్టింగ్ ఎనీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. ఎంత నేర్చుకున్నారు, ఇప్పుడు నేర్చుకున్నాను గుర్తు పెట్టుకుంటారు కదా. యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రైట్ టు కాపీ ఆర్ యూజ్ మొబైల్ ఫోన్స్. ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఈస్ టు హ్యావ్ అవేర్నెస్. చూసి చెప్పామా, చూసి చదివామా, చూడకుండా రాసామా, doesn't matter. How much we learn from it is important. So when we have developed electric motors, when we developed electric motors, 1890s electric motor కనిపెట్టి 1830s electric car వచ్చింది. లాజిక్స్ మిస్. Okay. Early 1820s approximately. In 1820s, we developed electric motors. By that time, we have got only mechanical engines and mechanical engine based transportation. And in early 1820s, soon after the development of electric motors, they have started using electric motors for transportation. ఇప్పుడు మనం మూడు చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, లో ఎఫిషియన్సీ, లిమిటెడ్ రిసోర్సెస్ అండ్ కాస్ట్, అండ్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంటల్ పొల్యూషన్. ఇది మనం ఈ రోజు కనిపెట్టింది కాదు కొత్తగా. వెన్ వి రియలైజ్ దిస్ 1830s itself, not 1930s, 1830s, almost 200 years back. 200 years back we made it an attempt of replacing conventional IC engines with electric motors. 1830s. Okay. Then working model of electric vehicles was developed by 1880s. In 1881, it's like a tricycle operated by an electric motor. In 1895, we got what name అంటావు, బగ్గీ, గుర్ర బగ్గీలు అంటాం కదా. 4 wheels కార్ట్ ఉంటుంది, 4 wheel కార్ట్, ఫ్రంట్ ఒక 2 హార్సెస్ కట్టేసి, పాత రోజుల్లో రథాలు ఉంటాయి కదా, ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ బస్ రథాస్, ఒకటో 2 హార్సెస్ కట్టేసి బగ్గీలు లాక్కుని వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. దానికి పైన ఆ తర్వాత మళ్ళా హార్సెస్ ఆర్ రీప్లేస్ బై ఆక్స్. ఒకే హార్స్ పెట్టి ముందు పైన అలా టెంట్ లాగేసి, పాత రోజుల్లో పాత సినిమాలో జమీందారులు వెళ్తూ ఉంటారు. ఆ జమానా అప్పట్లో దోస్ హార్సెస్ ఆర్ ఆక్స్. ఇంకా ప్యాథరిక్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అంటే కొన్ని ప్లేసెస్ లో మనుషులే లాక్కెళ్లే కల్చర్ కూడా ఉంది, మనుషులు మోసుకెళ్లే కల్చర్ కూడా ఉంది ఆ టైంలో. మోర్ దాన్ యువర్ ఐసీ ఇంజిన్స్, more than these oxes and horses. కొంతమంది మనుషులు వాళ్ళ భుజాల మీద మోసే రోజులు ఉన్నాయి. Now, let us all thanks to technology. Through God, we have developed technology. Because of this technology, all have become equal and the human life has become more comfortable. ఇప్పుడు మనం నడిచేదానికి కష్టపడుతున్నాం. You just imagine a situation where వేరే వాళ్ళు మోసుకొని నడిచేళ్ళేటప్పుడు అప్పుడు పక్కన వాళ్ళు మోచుకుంటూ నడుచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళే వాళ్ళకి చెప్పులు ఉన్నాయా? ఇప్పుడు మనకి మన నార్మల్ బైక్ కొనిస్తే నా రేంజ్ మినిమం పల్సర్ అయితేనే, డ్యూక్ అయితేనే నాకు 150cc బైక్ వద్దు, నాకు 300cc బైక్ సో బైక్ అయితేనే. నేను కూడా బీటెక్ లో 2 బైక్లు మార్చాను. నథింగ్ రాంగ్ ఇన్ యూజింగ్ బైక్స్. ఆ టైంలో we got beautiful electric cars by 1930s. 1970s, 2007. By 2007, ఆ ఎరాకు వచ్చేటప్పుడు most of you might have seen electric scooters. Maybe some of your fathers or mothers might have used electric scooters during 2005 to 10 period. We have used electric vehicles during that time. We have encouraged the people to use electric vehicles. ఏమయ్యావని పక్కన పడేసామా, కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నామా? During 2005, 6, 2010 also, there was a big support, a big campaign across India on the usage of electric vehicles, electric scooters mainly. ఇంటి దగ్గర ప్లగ్ పెట్టేసుకోవచ్చు, పెట్రోల్ ఖర్చు అవసరం లేదు. డ్యూరింగ్ దట్ టైమ్ ఆల్సో వి గాట్ 60-65 రూపీస్ ఉంటుంది పెట్రోల్. దెన్ 25 పైస్ తోటి 1 కిలోమీటర్ ట్రావెల్ చేయొచ్చు. దెన్ ఇఫ్ యూస్ ది స్కూటర్, మీకు మంత్లీ 500 రూపీస్ కంటే ఖర్చు రాదు. దెన్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇప్పుడు ఆ వెహికల్స్, ఆ స్కూటర్స్. ఆర్ దే పాపులర్, ఆర్ దే మార్కెట్ లో హిట్ అయ్యా, సక్సెస్ అయ్యా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నో. రీజన్ టీవీ నేను ఎక్కువ చూస్తున్నాం. ఓకే, ఐ కమ్ టు దట్. పాపం ఆమె టెన్షన్ పడుతుంది, నేను ఎక్కడ నాకేమన్నా అవుతుందేమో, సడన్ గా వెహికల్ ఫైర్ అయిపోతుందేమో. విల్ కమ్ టు దట్. అప్పట్లో పాపం టీవీ 9 అంత పాపులర్ గా లేదు, ఎక్కువ జనాలు భయపెట్టే మీడియా లేదు. రీజన్ రోడ్ స్టార్ 2008 Tesla Model S. How beautiful they are. Let's have 2-3 minutes discussion here. So even by 2005, 2010, in between 2005 and 10, many electric scooters were launched in India. Many showrooms have opened, and we failed to get the confidence from the users. Why? Maybe one phobia of that. పెట్రోల్ వెహికల్స్ బర్న్ అవ్వట్లేదమ్మా, అది ఎక్కడెక్కడో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్ ఎక్కడెక్కడో బర్న్ అయింది. ఓకే, పెట్రోల్ వెహికల్స్ దాదాపు రోజుకి కనీసం 10 బర్న్ అవుతాయి. రోడ్డు మీద సమ్మర్ లో రోడ్డు మీద యాక్సిడెంట్ అయిందంటే 10% ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్స్ పెట్రోల్ ట్యాంక్ బ్లాస్ట్ అవుతుంది. Risk percentage is very less when we talk about electric vehicles than the conventional vehicles. Being ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, మనం టెక్నాలజిస్ట్, educated persons and relevant engineering, we should have the basic idea. The chances are risk is very less for electric vehicles than the conventional vehicle. Risk is not that during that time. What do you expect while purchasing a vehicle? If you want to, your father or your mother offers a gift to you on the completion of your BTech program or on the occasion of your birthday, if they offer you a new bike or a car, if they take you to a showroom, what do you choose? How do you specify your dream bike or car or your dream vehicle? ఏం చెప్తారమ్మా, నాకు బంతి పువ్వు కావాలి, ఎంతైనా ఎల్లో కలర్, ఎందుకంటే అప్పుడే ఆ హీరోయిన్ వేసుకొని తిరిగింది. వెస్పాలో ఎల్లో కలర్ బంతి పువ్వు, ఎందుకంటే ఆ మూవీలో బాగా పాపులర్. డూ యూ స్పెసిఫై కలర్? వాట్స్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ చాయిస్? మా వాళ్ళు అయితే నాకు బ్లాక్ మీద ఈ ఆరెంజ్ స్టిక్కరింగ్ తో బ్లూ టచ్ అప్ ఉండాలి. What do we specify? If you want to specify, if you want to give the specifications of your bike, what do you specify and how do you specify? లేదా కనీసం అంత పొడవు ఉండాలి. Do you specify length and height? Or do you specify its weight? కనీసం బాగా పెద్ద బఫెలో లాగా గట్టిగా లావుగా ఉండాలి. How do you specify? How do you give the specifications? So from three persons have got different answer. One boy and two girls. Mileage. Wow. Economy no bagunnadu. Definitely these three will become finance ministers. May not be for their state, maybe for their family at least. Good. It is also important. Mileage is also an important concept. Before mileage, okay, cost and mileage both are interrelated. Cost is the purchase cost and running cost also. First requirement enti? Before all this is, what is the first requirement? Will it fulfill your requirement or not? Okay. Except 2-3 points to be noted. VIP movie చూసారు కదా, ఎవరిది? ధనుష్. ఆ బైక్ ఉండాలి. ఎందుకు ఇంతకుముందు ఎవరు నాకు మైలేజ్ చెప్పారు, ఇక్కడ కూడా ఎవరు చెప్పారు? ఐఎమ్ షూర్ ధనుష్ బైక్ 100 kilometers per liter మైలేజ్ ఇస్తుంది. 100 kilometers per liter. Do you purchase it? ఎందుకు ఇక్కడ ఇద్దరు అమ్మాయిలు చెప్పారమ్మా, బైక్ చాలా బాగుంటుంది కూడా. 100 kilometers per liter. మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఎప్పుడే చెప్తారు అదే బైక్ గురించి నెక్స్ట్ వాళ్ళ కోరిక లేదు. Do you purchase? Okay. What's the fundamental requirement? Its performance should be good. First of all, its performance should meet our expectation, our requirement. When you talk about the bike, keeping safety things in the mind. ఇంతకుముందు అనుకున్నట్లే హైవే మీద అయితే హెల్మెట్ ఉంది, హైవే మీద హ్యాండ్ కూడా గ్లౌస్ పెట్టుకున్నా మీద స్కిడ్ అయినా కూడా పర్లేదు. పాసిబుల్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ జాకెట్ కూడా వేస్తున్నాం చిన్న ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ లేకుండా. 100 kilometers per hour speed. Yes, permitted. Highways are permitted to travel up to 100 kilometers per hour speed. Safe మార్జిన్ లో దూర్చకుండా మన సైన్స్ హ్యాండిల్ నేర్చుకుంటాం కదా, అదే ప్రాబ్లం. రోడ్డు మీద కూడా సొంత సైన్ వేవ్ వేయాలని చూస్తాం. సైన్ వేవ్ అది కాకుండా కొంచెం స్ట్రైట్ లైన్ తో వెళ్ళామనుకోండి 100 kilometers per hour is safe speed. Or normal roads 50-60 kilometers per hour is a safe speed. Your vehicle should give a reasonably good performance to travel in those speeds. మా ఫ్రెండ్ అడిగాడు వెనక కూర్చుంటా అన్నాడు. ఓకే, 2-wheeler ఇద్దరే కూర్చోవాలి. ఇంకొకటి అడిగాడు రూల్ ప్రకారం ఇట్స్ నాట్ పర్మిటెడ్. అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్ ఓకే, ముగ్గురు కూడా అప్పుడప్పుడు వెళ్ళొచ్చు, రోజు కాదు, రిస్క్ కాదు. ముగ్గురు కూర్చున్నప్పుడు 40-50-60 kilometers per hour స్పీడ్ కంటే వెళ్ళకూడదు. బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓవర్లోడెడ్ అండ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ అవ్వదు. ముగ్గురు కూర్చోగానే నాలుగో వాడు తొయ్యాలి లేదా స్టార్ట్ అవ్వదు. డూ యూ పర్చేజ్? ఇద్దరు కూర్చోగానే మన మెస్ లో ఫుడ్ బాగుంటే మన హాస్టల్ వాళ్ళు గట్టిగా తినేసి ఇద్దరు కూర్చోగానే బైక్ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వదు, ఇంకొక రోజు తోస్తే తప్ప స్టార్ట్ అవ్వదు. డూ యూ పర్చేజ్? Then what is our fundamental requirement? Its engine capacity should be good. Its pickup should be good. Its engine capacity and its performance should be good. That is a fundamental requirement. Its engine should be good. Then the engine should not be high cost. Should not be at high cost. It's reasonably cost. So that overall vehicle cost should be reasonable. The mileage should be as maximum as possible. Then of course other parameters, appearance, safety features and additional features, All those things are also very important. These are the things that we look at. And when we developed the electric vehicles, that time, the pickup was not that good. In conventional vehicles, in IC engine based vehicles, and my brother has purchased Pulsar with 220cc, feeling that 100cc is not suitable for his thing, for his requirement. Maybe, of course, we should appreciate. Yeah, he is using helmet every day, so he's not driving the vehicle at higher speeds. Rash driving, okay. Highway safe margin తీసుకుంటే 100 kilometers is okay, not an issue. Not all the times. Early morning 9 o'clock లేసి 9:30 కి రావాలని చెప్పి 100 kilometers ట్రై చేయడం తప్పు. 6 o'clock లేసి 7:30 కి రెడీ అయ్యి 8 o'clock కల్లా బయలుదేరి 9 o'clock కంఫర్టబుల్ వచ్చేయచ్చు. మధ్యలో ఏమన్నా ప్యాచ్ పడి ఆగి ఇంకోటి ఏమన్నా అయ్యి అప్పుడు స్పీడ్ రావచ్చు. స్పీడ్ రావడం కోసం లేట్ చేయడం. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ మిస్యూజింగ్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నాలజీ. మిస్యూజింగ్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నాలజీకి పనిష్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే. సో ఇన్ 2005 to 10 period, during that time, though the governments have promoted electric vehicles, though electric vehicles were launched in India, the pickup of those vehicles were not good. When we take the vehicle, slow rise అవుతుంది, slow pickup. Though we get the other parameters are good, the pickup was not good. Second thing, the second reason why the electric vehicle was not popular is, what is the second important aspect that you listed? Mileage and economy. Our cost means purchase cost and maintenance cost. They are a bit costly when compared to conventional vehicles to purchase. Their cost is around 20% more than the conventional vehicles. That's one thing. The third aspect is mileage, economy, and running cost. While promoting those electric vehicles, what they said, if you use a conventional vehicle which gives 30 kilometers per hour mileage, 30 kilometers per liter mileage, and during that time the petrol price was about 60 rupees, let us say. For each kilometer, you are spending 2 rupees towards a fuel. If you travel 100 kilometers a day, 2 into 100 rupees, 200 rupees per day into 30 days, 6,000 rupees your monthly fuel bill, and into 12 months, 72,000 rupees you are wasting towards petrol. And if you take this electric vehicle, each kilometer you can travel by spending only 10 paise or 20 paise, so that you can easily save 50,000-60,000 rupees in a year. That is one way it is correct. Like that, they have sold electric vehicles. So how much they can save within 3-4 years when compared to petrol vehicles? If they use electric vehicles, how much they can save in 3-4 years time? Approximately 2 lakhs. Then మీరేం చేస్తున్నారు అప్పుడు? ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ కొనేవాళ్ళు కాదా? It's very convincing, right? Always, being Indians, we always look at the price. If you can save 2-3 lakh rupees in 4 years, 4 years తర్వాత ఒక చిన్న హౌస్ ఏదైనా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, గోల్డ్ కొనేసేయచ్చు, లేదా ఆ తర్వాత ఇంకొకటి ఏదో ఫ్లాట్ కొనుక్కోవచ్చు. It's a good idea, right? Then people have started purchasing electric vehicles. After purchasing electric vehicles, they were not happy with the performance, one aspect. Second thing is, చూడండి పర్లేదు, నా పర్లేదు, ప్లస్ యూట్యూబ్ చూడండి పర్లేదు. After that, other thing they were not happy is, after 3 to 4 years, electric vehicle runs on electric motor, from where it gets the power supply, Inside the electric vehicle, there must be a battery bank. From battery bank, the motor gets the power. And what is the normal lifespan of a battery? 3 to 5 years maximum. Normally 3.5 years. If you know how to use the battery, we can use up to 5 years. For every 3 years, the battery of electric vehicle is to be replaced. 3 years, they have saved around 1.5 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakh rupees. Not for two-wheelers, for four-wheelers, they have saved 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. And for two-wheelers, they have saved around 25,000-30,000 rupees. The two-wheelers main drawback is pickup was not good. For four-wheelers, though the pickup was satisfactory, they have saved around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees towards their savings towards the petrol cost. At the end of 3 years, they were forced to replace their battery bank. What is the cost of battery setup, battery bank of a car in 2010 somewhere? During 2009-10, a normal car cost about 10 lakh rupees. Electric vehicle cost was 12.5, 13 lakhs, 2-3 lakhs extra. And after 3 years, we need to replace the battery setup. No, the cost of the battery bank was around 4 lakhs. How much is your net saving? Saved 3 lakhs, around 3.5 lakhs, maybe 4 lakhs by doing all these things. They were forced to spend those 4 lakhs or plus extra towards the purchase of, towards the replacement of battery bank. That is the reason why the electric vehicles were not popular during that particular period. Next issue with the electric vehicles is, if you have a conventional vehicle, if you want to come to Kakinada today, you can comfortably come. Its petrol tank capacity is about 12 liters, right? 8 to 10 liters. So you can travel up to 250 kilometers easily without refilling his tank, fuel tank. If the fuel is completed, for every 3-4 kilometers, he can find a petrol pump. He can refill the petrol. If his friend takes an electric vehicle, one way pickup was not good that time. Second thing, if the vehicle is fully charged at his residence, if he starts, how much distance you can travel in one go? That time it was hardly 40-50 kilometers. For every 40 kilometers, we need to stop at a charging station. We need to charge your vehicle. How much time it takes to charge your vehicle? Few hours that time. Few hours. We need to wait for few hours. How many charging stations we have? In between Kakinada and Visakhapatnam, there were no charging stations that time. Then what to do? Ikkadi Chanakapallo vachesi akkada aagi లారీలో వేసుకొని కాకినాడ బయట తీసుకొచ్చి. Those were the limitations. One limitation is bus pickup was not that good. Which is responsible for low pickup? The motors that were used inside the cars or the vehicles. Motors were not that good, because of that pickup was not good. If you can replace the motor with an efficient motor and best performing motor, pickup can be improved. What are the limitations? Pickup was not good. How to improve it? How to overcome that limitation? Replacing those motors with the best performing motors. Number 2, battery cost was very, very high. New developments, the battery costs were reduced. Now the battery costs are reduced to less than 50% when compared to last 10 years. The last 10 years, battery cost is reduced to less than 50%. we are expecting further reduction of the battery cost. Next, if you fully charge the battery, how much distance you can travel in one go? Was about only 40 to 60 kilometers that time. Now in 2022, we have cars which can travel up to 400 kilometers, 350 to 400 kilometers once fully charged. 350 to 400 kilometers in 2022. Then lifespan of the battery. What is the normal lifespan of a battery? 3 to 5 years. And 3 to 5 ఎలా ఎందుకు వేరీ అవుతుంది? మన ఫేట్ the lifespan of a battery purely depends upon charge discharge cycles. The lifespan of a battery purely depends upon charge discharge cycles. If a particular battery completes around 4,000 to 4,000 charge discharge cycles, so batteries gurinchi kada discussion akkada. How do you specify the rating of a battery? What's the name? ఇందాక బ్యాటరీస్ గురించి సెర్చ్ చేస్తా ఉన్నారు కదా. ఫర్ యువర్ వెహికల్, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్, యూ వాంట్ టు పర్చేస్ ఎ బ్యాటరీ, లేదా నీ బైక్ కోసం మంచి బ్యాటరీ కొన్నావు, షాప్కి వెళ్ళావు. హౌ డు యూ స్పెసిఫై యువర్ బ్యాటరీ? హౌ డు యూ స్పెసిఫై ది కెపాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎ బ్యాటరీ? అది ఎలా మెన్షన్ చేస్తా ఉంటున్నాను? 15 కేజీల బ్యాటరీ కావాలి అడుగుతావా? లేదా ఇందాక చెప్తున్నాం మన వాల్యూమ్ సిసి 350 cc బ్యాటరీ కావాలి. హౌ డు యు స్పెసిఫై బ్యాటరీ కెపాసిటీ? వాట్స్. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇంకెక్కడ గ్రూప్ డిస్కషన్ అవుతుంది. హౌ డు యు స్పెసిఫై బ్యాటరీ కెపాసిటీ? కొంచెం హౌ డు యు స్పెసిఫై బ్యాటరీ కెపాసిటీ? Okay, I need a battery at this particular voltage, mostly 12 volts or 24 volts or 48 volts setup. Not only that, that is not the capacity. The capacity is mentioned in terms of kilowatt hours or ampere hours. Ampere hours at this particular voltage level, 48 volts, 150 ampere hours. Volts into ampere hours gives you watt hours or kilowatt hours. You can mention in terms of kilowatt hours or ampere hours. How much size battery you use in your house for inverter? Do you have inverter in your house? Inverter leda? Inverter? Another half an hour. 175 watts. So in our house we require a battery for power backup, right? Inverter purpose. How much size battery we need? Normally we use 100, 120, 140 or maximum 160 ampere hour batteries. I'll simplify the question further. ఇప్పుడు మనోడు సెర్చ్ చేస్తాడు. అప్పుడు పేరేంటి? హుసేన్. చందు నీకు మంచి క్వశ్చన్. ఆ మొబైల్ ఓపెన్ చేసే అని చెప్పండి. వాట్ ఈస్ ద బ్యాటరీ కెపాసిటీ ఆఫ్ యువర్ మొబైల్ ఫోన్? 3300. మరి ఇందాక బ్యాటరీ కెపాసిటీ అంటే ఎవరు చెప్పలేదు? బ్యాటరీ ఎలా మెజర్ చేస్తారు, యూనిట్స్ ఏంటంటే తెలియదు. మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న బ్యాటరీ ఎంత అంటే 3300 mAh. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ AH? M, not capital M, small m. Milli AH, ampere hours. 3300 milliampere hours means 3.3 ampere hours or up to 5000 milliampere hours. 6000 milliampere hours. Nowadays we are using 5000, 6000 milliampere hours. So 5, 6, 7 ampere hours maximum. Okay. We have such battery. How to have long life for your battery? As I said, if your particular battery completes 4000 to 5000 charge discharge cycles, life of the battery is gone. Means if the battery is connected to plug, battery gets charged, and if you remove and start using it, it gets discharges. One cycle completed. If again connect the charger, it charges, and if you remove the charger and start using, discharges. Second cycle completes. If number of charge discharge cycles completes is more than 4,000, battery life is gone. Then if you want to have long life to your battery, how to use your battery? Reduce total number of charge discharge cycles. ఉదయం నైట్ ఇంటికి సాయంత్రం ఇంటికి వెళ్ళాము, ఫోన్ మాట్లాడాము, ఛార్జ్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి మాట్లాడాము, అక్కడ ఛార్జ్ పెట్టేసాము, తీసి ఒక పావు గంట మాట్లాడాము, మళ్ళీ ఛార్జ్ కనెక్ట్ చేసాము. 100% ఛార్జ్ ఉంది, 97కి వచ్చింది, 3% తగ్గింది, ఛార్జ్ కనెక్ట్ చేయి. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? The charge discharge cycles increases, the lifespan of the battery reduces. The SOC, state of charge, if the state of the charge of battery is more than 40%, 35%, it is not recommended to connect the charger. You need to charge your battery only when the state of the charge is less than 35%. 95% కి charge వల్ల charge కనెక్ట్ చేస్తే 95 తగ్గుతుంది, 100 పెరుగుతుంది. One cycle gone. Or else if you can use it for 2 days, but the charge is less than 40%, then connect it. Obviously, your lifespan of the battery increases by under 2 years. In 2010, అప్పుడు మన ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ ఎలా వాడేవాళ్ళం? అలా మార్కెట్ దాకెళ్ళి బ్యాక్ వచ్చేయడం, 5 కిలోమీటర్స్ డ్రైవ్, ఇంట్లో కరెంట్ ఫ్రీ ఉంది, ప్లగ్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి, ఇంట్లో ఖాళీగా ఉన్నంతసేపు బైక్ ప్లగ్ పెట్టే ఉంటుంది. దెన్ అలా సూపర్ మార్కెట్కి వెళ్ళేసి వచ్చాయి, మళ్ళీ ప్లగ్ పెట్టేసాయి. ఎందుకంటే అది 40 కిలోమీటర్స్ వస్తుందంట, ప్లగ్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి చార్జ్ చేస్తే లోపల బాగా స్టోర్ చేసుకొని 100 kilometers వస్తుందేమో. Lack of awareness on how to use the battery. Lack of awareness, we have not used the batteries effectively, and hence the lifespan of the battery is reduced. As a result, what has happened? అరే ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ వేస్ట్ అంట, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కార్లు ఉంటే 2 years లో బ్యాటరీలు పోడైపోతున్నాయంటే ఇప్పుడు వచ్చే మంచి కాదంట. అండ్ వాడేదో చెప్పాడు కదా, నాకు కూర్చోబెట్టి మార్కెటింగ్ వాడు కనపడాలి, నాకు 4 లక్షలు మిగులుతుంది అన్నాడు 3 years లో. నా పక్కనోడు హ్యాపీగా పెట్రోల్ కార్తో హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాడు, నాదేమో అది సరిగా ముందుకు వెళ్ళదు, 3 years కి బ్యాటరీ పెట్టి నాకు 4 లక్షలు పెట్టి బ్యాటరీ అన్నాడు, బ్యాటరీస్ మొత్తం ఇంపోర్ట్ చేయాలి అన్నాడు. అండ్ ఆ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కార్ పక్కన పడేసి నార్మల్ కన్వెన్షనల్లీ పెట్రోల్ డీజిల్ కార్స్ మూవ్ అయ్యారు. సేమ్ స్టోరీ విత్ 2-wheelers ఆల్సో. అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ది థర్డ్ లిమిటేషన్ హియర్? Battery management system, BMS. Battery technology, developing new batteries is one concept. Then how to use the battery? Battery management systems are very important nowadays. No, if you connect your charger, your batteries will not be charged if there is sufficient amount of charge. How efficiently you manage using your batteries is very important. Now one girl is worrying about the blasting of the batteries. Why battery blasting happens? Car, bike batteries or your mobile batteries? చాలా మంది అక్కడక్కడ మొబైల్ బ్యాటరీ పేలిపోయి డిసీజ్ అయిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, సివియర్ డ్యామేజ్ అయిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. వాట్ ఇస్ ద రీజన్ ఫర్ దట్? ఓవర్ హీటింగ్. వాట్ ఇస్ ద రీజన్ ఫర్ ఓవర్ హీటింగ్? When the battery charges and discharges quickly, it completes the charge discharge cycles and it releases speed. If you have a battery management system, ఒక సెక్టర్ లెవెల్ కంటే తగ్గితే తప్ప ఛార్జ్ అవ్వదు. అట్లీస్ట్ మీకు 100% ఛార్జ్ ఉంటే 95 వస్తే తప్ప మళ్ళీ ఛార్జ్ అవ్వదు. ఆ బ్యాటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది, సరిగా బ్యాటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్ లేదు. చీప్ క్వాలిటీ మొబైల్ ఫోన్. If you start using when that is connected to charger, what happens? 99.9 మళ్ళీ ఛార్జ్ అవుతుంది. మనం ఒక మాట మాట్లాడతాం 100%, 99.9%, 100%, 99.9%, 100%. It quickly completes charge discharge cycles and it releases huge amount of heat. Because of that huge heat, there may be a possibility of battery blasts. So my dear friends, if you want to use our batteries effectively, we should not use the battery when that is connected to, that is in charging state. Number one. Number two, we should not charge our mobile phones or car batteries as frequently as possible. We need to wait till the battery reaches less than 40% of the charge. Lack of that awareness, those vehicles were failed. Now we have overcome the challenges. Now the vehicles are able to travel 350 kilometers if the vehicle is fully charged. The cost of the batteries are reduced to less than 50%. Then more good number of electric motors were developed. The special electrical machines in the form of permanent magnet synchronous machines, permanent magnet brushless DC machines. With the development of these machines, efficiency of the battery, efficiency of the vehicles, pickup of the vehicles were improved. Now the vehicles are relaunched now. We are expecting a tremendous growth. 2 years back, till 2 years back, India has got only 150 charging stations. In the last 2 years, Government of India has permitted around 3,000 new charging stations. Every year, government is permitting few thousands of new charging stations. In the next 5 years, we are going to have good number of electric vehicles in India. In the next, by 2030, majority of the vehicles are going to be electric vehicles. Majority, more than 50% are going to be electric vehicles. Which country is leading in the electric vehicle segment? Most of the European countries, they care about the environment. They care about their society, environment. Indians ఉన్న బ్యాడ్ హ్యాబిట్ అంటే మన ఇంట్లో చెత్త అంతా తీసేసి మన ఇంట్లో చెత్త ఉండకూడదు, ఎత్తి పక్కింట్లో పోస్తాం వాళ్ళు లేకపోతే. పక్కన గట్టిగా కొంచెం స్ట్రాంగ్ ఉండి బయట కూర్చోండి అనుకోండి, అబ్బాయి మీ ఇంటి దగ్గర కదా ఇటువైపు నుంచి వచ్చి రోడ్డు మీదకి వెళ్దామని బయట రోడ్డు మీద వేస్తాం. ఇంట్లో చెత్త పక్కిన రోడ్డు మీద వేస్తాం, పక్కన ఖాళీ ఉంటే పక్క సైడ్ ఖాళీగా ఉంటే దాన్ని డంపింగ్ యాడ్ చేస్తాం, లేదా రోడ్డు మీద వేస్తాం, దాన్ని డస్ట్బిన్ వేస్తామా. హరిబాబు గారు చెప్పుకుంటారు చాలాసార్లు ఎన్ఎస్ఎస్. ఓకే, యూరోపియన్స్ అలా కాదు. దే గివ్ వాల్యూస్ టు దేర్ లైఫ్. ఎంత ప్లెజెంట్ గా, ఎంత హ్యాపీగా ఉంటారు, ఎంత కంఫర్టబుల్ ఉంటారు. దే give top priority to their society and environment. Norway, where are we? List lo levu. Environmental pollution లో ఎక్కడున్నాం? ఫస్ట్ లో లేదు కానీ మరీ అంత ఘోరం కాదు. ఉన్న కంట్రీస్ మొత్తంలో 2017 లో 14th ప్లేస్ లో ఉన్నాం. టాప్ నుంచి కాదు, లాస్ట్ నుండి. బై 2000 అక్కడ నుండి 2019-20కి దరిద్రంగా 7th ప్లేస్ కి పడ్డాం. 7th worst కంట్రీ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్. టాప్ లో కదమ్మా, బ్యాక్ నుండి 7th worst కంట్రీ. ఆ తర్వాత బాగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయ్యాం 2 పొజిషన్స్. అండ్ కోవిడ్ లో ఏముంది, అందరు ఇళ్ళలో కూర్చున్నాము, ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ మొత్తం క్లీన్ అయిపోయింది అనుకున్నాం కదా. ఒక్కరోజు లాక్డౌన్ చేసి సాయంత్రానికి కోవిడ్ వెళ్ళిపోయింది ఎలా అనుకున్నామో, 2 years వచ్చి ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని అబ్బా ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ మొత్తం క్లియర్ అయిపోయింది, ఫ్రెష్ ఎయిర్ వచ్చింది అనుకున్నాం కదా. మన పొజిషన్ ఎంత ఇంప్రూవ్ అయిందో తెలుసా? గ్లోబల్ లో 2 పొజిషన్స్. 6th నుండి 8th కో, 7th నుండి 5th నుండి 7th వచ్చినట్టున్నాం. 7th worst కంట్రీ, నాట్ ది బెస్ట్ కంట్రీ. అన్నిట్లో లాస్ట్ నుండి 5th, 6th ప్లేస్ లో ఉన్నాం ఇప్పుడు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ అవర్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ నౌ? టు అడాప్ట్ electric vehicles as quickly as possible and to stop operating thermal power plants as quickly as possible. We need to protect our environment. Norway has more than 74.87, more than 75% of their vehicles are electric vehicles by this time. China around 2%. China has recently increased up to 5-6%. In India, not in the list. Surprisingly, in the United States also, not more than 2% of their vehicles are electric vehicles. Because of their natural tendency, they don't adapt change quickly. But that is the greatest quality in India. We always welcome any change. 2014 demonetization 2016 during demonetization we digital money అంటే ఎలా కట్టలు తీసుకెళ్ళకపోతే ఎవరు యూజ్ చేస్తారు ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తారు తెగ టెన్షన్ పడ్డాం పెద్ద గొడవలు చేశాం స్ట్రైకింగ్ చేశాం నౌ we are all happy using Paytm, phone pay or any other digital payments. No, even beggars are also using digital payments now. In the last 5-6 years we adopted this technology, not only educated, even uneducated, up to the level of beggars. The digital transactions have reached. The technology have adapted so quickly than all the developed countries, better than US, better than UK, better than European countries. We have adopted this digital payment technology. చదువు రావాలా ఇప్పుడు యూట్యూబ్ లో వీడియోస్ పెట్టుకునే వాళ్ళందరూ చదువు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళేనా? Most of the uneducated are earning lakhs of rupees in the form of YouTube videos, YouTube channels, and we are so quick in adapting technology. If we can so quickly adapt this electric vehicle technology, maybe by 2030 we may be at the top. I'm sure. In China, they have got 6% of their vehicles are electric vehicles. In Norway, 75% of their vehicles are electric vehicles. Out of these two countries, in which country more number of electric vehicles we have? In which country more number of electric vehicles we have? Norway kada ade open system lo toughest questions ive. In terms of their relative percentage, Norway has got 75% of their vehicles are electric vehicles. What is their population? What is the total number of vehicles? What is their country's population? Very small. How about China's population? 140 crores, 140 plus crores. Number of vehicles, huge number of vehicles. Out of those huge number of vehicles, 6%, definitely huge vehicles. దీంట్లో ఆన్సర్ లేదు ఇక్కడ. సరే, India, which state is quickly adopting this? What are the developed states? Rich states in India? States. Maharashtra is a big state. On an average, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra, these are developed states, not financially. Then, of course, Gujarat to some extent. Who is the top? Uttar Pradesh. దాని తర్వాత బీహార్ ఏమంటాం మనం సినిమాల్లో పెద్ద విలన్స్ చూపించి అన్డెవలప్డ్ లాగా చూపించి ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళ అన్డెవలప్డ్ టెక్నాలజీలో మనం అన్డెవలప్డ్ చివరికి బీహార్ స్థాయిలో కూడా లేవు మనం. These are the facts, no? So we need to look at it and we need to adapt electric vehicle technology so quickly. Other limitations, on-road price cost, as we have discussed. Any new technology costs, and during 2010, on-road price cost is 25 to 30% higher when compared to conventional vehicles. Now the costs are reducing, battery costs are reducing, motor costs, though they use special electrical machines such as list different advantages of it, the cost is reduced. Now the cost of these electrical vehicles are also reasonable with good performance and with many good features. So most of these limitations were overcome. Electric vehicles on Indian market and their cost. Intensely I have listed few. Taken Google చేసే తీసాను. హై కాస్ట్ అలాగే ఉంచారు కావాలని. సో on the other side ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ అంటే పెద్ద లగ్జరీ కాదు, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ అంటే అదేదో చిన్న పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ లో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అనుకున్న ఫీలింగ్ ఉంది కదా. నౌ యూ హావ్ గాట్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ ఫ్రమ్ BMW iX i10 X means 10th version iX on road price cost 1.16 crores. Volvo XC 55.9 lakhs. BMW around 70 lakhs, ranging from few crores to Hyundai Kona electric, reasonable price, and 23 lakhs. MG Hector MGs from General Motors is around 25 lakhs. So few crores to 20 lakhs. Then to Tata Tigor 12.5 lakhs. Normally Tata Tigor petrol or diesel cost about 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 8-9 lakhs range. Electrical vehicle cost about 12 lakhs, reasonable price. 12 lakhs is reasonable, no? We have got electric vehicles in the range of 10 lakhs to few crores. What is the difference among all those vehicles from 10 lakhs to crores? Size of motor, performance, special features, the best characteristics, best technologies. That's it. We have got electric vehicles at the range of 10 lakhs also. As far as performance is concerned, which is responsible for better performance? Which part of vehicle is responsible for it? Battery and motor. Motor is the main thing. How efficient is that motor? How effective is that particular motor? Then how efficient is your battery? In between the battery and motor, you have a power converter to convert DC power, battery power to AC power. If you can improvise battery performance, definitely electric vehicle improves. If you can improve converter efficiency, definitely it improves. If you can improve motor control schemes, or if you motor design. Now we are looking at it. That is a big area for the research and development. Before I take another 5-6 minutes to briefly list the different types of motors we use, their advantages and disadvantages, and then we close the session. Before that, different types of electric vehicles are pure electric vehicles and then hybrid electric vehicles. Pure electric vehicle uses only electric motor for driving the vehicle, and this electric motor is powered by battery. And we have got hybrid electric vehicles. Now hybrid electric vehicles are popular than pure electric vehicles to have the best performance. What do you mean by hybrid electric vehicle? What is hybrid? Combination of 2-3 is called hybrid. So hybrid electric vehicles also uses IC engine plus a motor. If an electric vehicle uses both IC engine and the motor, such type of vehicles are said to be hybrid electric vehicles. The hybrid electric vehicles can be classified into different types: micro hybrid electric vehicle, mild hybrid electric vehicle, full hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in rechargeable hybrid electric vehicles, extended range or range extended hybrid electric vehicle. Most of your conventional vehicles are micro hybrid electric vehicle. In your cars and in your bikes, don't you have a motor? In your bikes, don't you have a motor? Every conventional vehicle uses a mechanical engine plus a motor just to start for starting purpose. Such type of vehicles are said to be micro hybrid electric vehicles. So the next 5 minutes we are closing. Mild hybrid electric vehicle. If you place a motor, electrical motor, to assist your IC engine to some extent, such type of motors, such type of combination is said to be mild. Means mainly your IC engine runs the vehicle, and this motor slightly assists the main vehicle. Such type of vehicles are said to be mild hybrid electric vehicles. In this case, the motor is connected in series with your IC engine. The advantage of this configuration is when the vehicle slows down, when the vehicle is moving in a down slope, you need not drive the vehicle. While the vehicle is slowing down, you can apply regenerative braking. In your missions, you might have studied. Are you familiar with regenerative braking? So, by applying regenerative braking, the motor can be operated like a generator. The kinetic energy can be converted, or the rotating energy stored inside in the vehicle can be converted into electricity. Electricity can be generated, can be used to charge the battery or for the lighting purpose inside the cars and vehicles. If you place a small motor in series with IC engine, your IC engine drives the vehicle, and during slowing down process, the energy which is normally wasted when you apply brakes, that energy can be converted into electrical energy, so that efficiency of the vehicle can be increased. Hybrid vehicles are called mild hybrid electric vehicles. Next level, if large motor is placed, you can operate the vehicle either on mechanical engine or on IC engine, or on electrical motor, or on both. You can drive your vehicle on petrol or by consuming petrol or diesel using your conventional IC engine, or on the other hand, you can have EV mode of operation. Your vehicle runs only on electric motor based, or you are climbing a hill, or in a highway you want to drive your vehicle at 140-150 kilometers per hour speed. You can operate both mechanical engine and the electric motor, both can drive the vehicle. For high performance, for racing purposes, or for climbing the hills, you may use both. Or if you want to run the vehicle slowly in a down slope, you can operate your vehicle in electric vehicle mode, or only based on electric motor. If the electric battery is completely discharged, you can shift the mode from electric vehicle mode to a mechanical engine based mode. Such type of vehicles are said to be fully hybrid or hybrid electric vehicles. Under hybrid electric vehicles, if you have a large battery bank, and if a battery bank can be connected to plug for charging, or if you can charge your batteries at charging stations, such type of electric vehicles are said to be plug-in rechargeable type. The previous one is batteries are getting recharged through regenerative braking and other options inside. If you can charge your battery by connecting the batteries to your plug socket or at the charging stations, such type of hybrid electric vehicles are called plug-in rechargeable. They will have large battery banks. Just now we have discussed. Other thing is called range extendable, which if you can travel up to 200 kilometers, the range can be extended by connecting one more generator to the mechanical engine, so that you can travel up to 220 to 30 kilometers. So these things are not that important. What are the main parts of an electric vehicle, pure electric vehicle? all conventional vehicle parts, if IC engine is replaced with a mechanic, if IC engine is replaced with electric motor, it is called an electric vehicle. If you have electric motor, you must have a battery to electric motor. The power is to be supplied through a power converter. For battery charging, you must have a charger. Hybrid electric vehicle. Conventional parts, conventional mechanical vehicle, plus in addition to IC engine, you should have electric motor. If you have electric motor, there must be a power converter, there must be a battery charging, and what type of motor you use there. Depending upon how the motor and conventional IC engine are connected, there may be series or parallel or hybrid combinations. Whatever it is. Use a motor there. What type of motor you use? First question. What was my first question? What type of motors are preferred for electric traction? Traction is electric transportation, electric vehicles. So you started from DC series motors. So they said DC series motors are not preferred. Why? Why DC series motors were not preferred? DC series motor size is bulky. If you want to have DC series motors on stator, we must have stator poles are wound with copper wire to produce the flux. Field is produced using electromagnets. This size is very, very high. Overall size of the motor is very high. And armature is placed on the rotor side, so that from stator you need to supply the current to the rotor through brushes and commutator setup. As you have brushes and commutator setup, you cannot run the rotor at higher speeds. They can be operated up to 2000 RPM hardly. Disadvantages of DC machines: bulky in size, high maintenance, high cost, low speed of operation. Advantages: the best characteristics, constant torque and constant speed of operation. So disadvantages: low speed of operation, high weight, high cost. For electric vehicle, what type of motor you want? Low size motor, no? If the electric vehicle is completely, half of the vehicle is occupied by the motor, is it recommended? Size should be as small as possible. If the complete vehicle weight is electric motor weight, the weight should be, for mechanical design point of view, in electrical vehicles, main responsibility goes to mechanical engineering. Designing of electric vehicles, space allocation of electric vehicles, what type of motor you choose, how much size it occupies, and where do you place electric motor is an important thing. So size of the motor should be as minimum as possible, weight of the motor should be as minimum as possible, and power of the motor should be as maximum as possible. For maximum power, for maximum capacity, the size and weight of the motor should be as minimum as possible. How to improve electric vehicle now? DC motor. Why DC series motors were preferred? Because torque is directly proportional to flux into armature current. Torque is equal to K phi Ia. In series motor, flux is directly proportional to Ia. Torque is directly proportional to Ia square. With a small increment in armature current, torque can be increased easily. Good quality. Then how to use that good quality and how to reduce its size? Replace those data side electromagnets with permanent magnets. Use permanent magnets for the production of flux, so that size reduces. We have replaced those motors with permanent magnet motors. Replace the stator poles and huge weight poles and huge space with permanent magnets. So size of the permanent magnets are permanent magnet machines are very small. Even the power capacity is very high. Motors appears very small, low weight. Still, The DC motors are low speed motors. If the motors are low speed, can you have good performance? Can you drive your car at 300 to 50 kilometers per hour speed? Can you use it for racing? But can you have an effective car? No, we need high speed. Then how to have high speed of operation? For your traction, for your trains, if you take super fast express if you take a super fast train to Vijayawada, will you be happy? We need high speed of operation. So you need high speed motor. So that is the reason why DC motors were replaced by induction motors. If you take an induction motor is rugged construction, rotor, squirrel cage induction motor, rotor is consists of only squirrel cage, high rugged operation can be operated at higher speeds. Then if you want to have an effective motor, its speed its torque should be as maximum as possible. And its speed control should be as good as possible. How do you control speed of an induction motor? Variable voltage control, variable frequency control, variable voltage, variable frequency control. VF control, which is also called V by F control. V by F ratio is to be maintained constant to have constant flux. Then that scheme is not effective for electric vehicles. That scheme cannot give high starting torque. Then from 1990s onwards, we have developed good schemes on induction motors called vector controlled schemes, field oriented control schemes, directed torque control schemes. After the development of the vector and directed torque controlled schemes, the induction motors were used in most of the industries, including electric traction, including electric vehicles from 1990s onwards. Then we have started using synchronous motors also, permanent magnet synchronous motors. And we have one more option is switched reluctance motors. Switched reluctance motor works based on the principle of magnetic reluctance. Rotor doesn't have any winding. Rotor is basically a solid piece of steel which can produce higher amount of torque. It can be operated up to 10,000, 20,000 RPM also. But disadvantages? It gives vibration. When it runs, it gives vibration and leads to acoustic noise, humming. And its torque is not constant. Torque varies. If the torque varies, same thing. కొంచెం టైం ఉంది మనకి ఇప్పుడు బైక్లకే కదా బుల్లెట్ కన్వర్ట్ పడుతున్నాడు డుగ్గు 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 ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ రేపు పొద్దున బైక్స్ పోవడానికి రీజన్ అదే అవుతాయేమో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ సౌండ్ రావు ఆ డుగ్గు డుగ్గు సాంగ్యాలు వేసుకోవాలి అలా వచ్చినప్పుడు ఈ మోటార్ పాపులర్ అవుతుంది డుగ్గు 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 అదర్వైజ్ the research is going on the switch reluctance motor. My MTech thesis, my PhD is on the switch reluctance motor. The torque ripple minimization schemes and the schemes are being developed. And we have got synchronous reluctance motor also, which is the latest one as far as electric vehicles are concerned. The special machines are concerned. Synchronous reluctance motor. Other motors are permanent magnet synchronous motor. Same as synchronous motor, field production is by permanent magnets. The advantage of the permanent magnets is, just now we have discussed, no? A permanent magnet motor can be a small motor, gives higher amount of torque. With small weight and small size can produce more amount of power, can generate higher amount of torque. Efficiency is also very high because field will not consume any current. Brushless DC motor. It is a type of permanent magnet synchronous motor, but its back EMF shape is trapezoidal. It takes square currents, not sinusoidal currents. Now the brushless DC motors are used in electric vehicles. Permanent magnet. Last slide. Permanent magnet synchronous motors. Same as normal synchronous motor, the field production is not by electromagnets. The field is replaced with permanent magnets. Then the small size motor gives higher amount of torque. After the development of these machines, now the latest electrical motors are mainly using permanent magnet synchronous motors, permanent magnet brushless DC motors, and the latest development in the last 5-6 years is synchronous reluctance motors. So my dear friends, if you want to have a beautiful career in electrical engineering, as we discussed, in the next 6-7 years, by 2030, majority of the vehicles are going to be electric vehicles. How many new electric vehicles are going to be developed, particularly in the countries like India and China? What is the population of India and China? 140 plus 160, 150 approximately 300 crores. What is the world's population? 800 crores approximately. Out of 800 crores, around 300 crores in only 2 countries. 300 out of 800, approximately 40% is here only. So all over the world, approximately 40% of the electric vehicles are going to be manufactured in India and China. Around 40% jobs are going to be created in India and China. By 2030, just imagine how many jobs we are going to get in this particular segment. Just compare these many opportunities with IT opportunities. And now most of the companies are recruiting electrical engineers for EV applications by paying a minimum of 10 lakhs package. 10 lakhs per annum is the package that are available now. So what areas we are going to work? One is motor control, choosing the best motor, either the permanent magnet synchronous motor, permanent magnet brushless DC motor, synchronous reluctance motor, maybe switch reluctance motor for some applications, and then control schemes is one area. Battery management technologies, how effectively you manage charge discharging of the batteries, then supplying battery power to electric motor, power converters, DC to DC power converters, DC to AC inverters, multi-level inverters is the third area. Fourth area, battery construction and maintenance, chemical engineers. Chemical engineering is main area. Recycling of the batteries is another area. Then connecting electrical motor output and mechanical power output to a transmission system, mechanical area. Connecting these electric vehicles to grid and different electrical vehicles through IoT, Internet of Things, is universal area. Then capturing different voltage and current at different parts of the vehicle and sending this to a central server, analyzing and observing whether the vehicle health is good or any abnormal temperature rise, any possibility of like blasting, etc. Monitoring in the central server level using artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. Computer science plus electrical area, computer science plus electrical area. And when we develop electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles are coming up. What do you mean by autonomous vehicles? Driverless vehicles. At this particular point of time, we have many vehicles. During my travel to France in 2014, while coming back from France to the airport, I've traveled by a train. A train లో సరదాగా ఈ బ్యాక్ నిల్చున్న బ్యాక్ కోచ్ అనుకున్నాను. అది ఒక్కసారి డ్రైవింగ్ ఏముందో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ లేదా డీజిల్ చూద్దామని ఫ్రంట్కి వెళ్ళాను. ఫ్రంట్ కూడా గ్లాసే ఉంది. ఓహో ఇది కాదా, ఇది బ్యాక్ ఏమో అని మళ్ళా అటు వెళ్ళాను. అటు కూడా గ్లాసే. దెన్ ఐ రియలైజ్ ఆ చివరి నుంచి చివరి అన్ని కోచెస్ ఏ ఉన్నాయి, ఎక్కడ డ్రైవర్ కానీ డ్రైవింగ్ సీట్ కానీ లేదు. దెన్ ఐ రియలైజ్ it is an autonomous vehicle which is prefixed. Now in India also we have got such schemes. Recently we got a vehicle, Mahindra XUV 700. It is also having, what is that mode called? Autopilot mode of operation. Normal ga flights lo vadtam adi. When you take up the flight, steady state ki ellin tarvata autopilot pettesi nidrapochu. And This autopilot mode of operation is available in XUV 700 vehicle also. Mahindra XUV 700 launched very recently, 2 years back. Once you take the vehicle to the highway, ఒక లేన్ ఫిక్స్ అయ్యి ఆటోపైలట్ మోడ్ పెట్టేసి నువ్వు నిద్రపోవచ్చు. అదే లైన్ లో వెళ్తుంది. If the vehicle nearest to the front vehicle, it slows down automatically. Front vehicle clear అయితే ఇది automatically speed increase అవుతుంది. You can set up at what speed you want to move the vehicle. Then vehicle reach అవగానే హార్న్ ప్రెస్ చేస్తుంది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా. లేన్ పక్క షిఫ్ట్ అవడానికి నీ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు after 5-6 years, that is also not required. By the time you purchase your vehicles, your cars, you need not drive. I'm sure, I'm very confident. Once you have electric vehicle, all the parameters can be sensed. Entire vehicle can be controlled easily by sitting at remote location. So artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms are going to come to control these vehicles, to connect these vehicles and to control these vehicles. The last 1 minute, other technology that is coming up is, as far as electric vehicles are concerned, when you use huge number of electric vehicles all over the world, after 3-4 years, batteries are to be replaced. When the performance of the battery reduces to less than 50%, batteries are thrown away. How many number of batteries will be thrown away? Huge number. One concept is end of the life batteries, means unused batteries for electric grid power support. If all these unused batteries still they can store some energy, are connected in series and parallel. If lakhs of such batteries are connected in series and parallel, they can store huge amount of electrical power. So they can provide good support to the electrical grid. As and when grid requires more power, these batteries power can be used. Whenever there is an excess power, batteries can store the energy. Energy storage is a major concern nowadays. Even today morning, I've seen an article. The government of AP is planning to establish huge power storage, hydroelectric power pumping storage stations. In recently, 6-7 months back, our friend Lokesh garu hydro pumping storage గురించి ఏదో చెప్తుంటే వాటర్ పంప్ చేసి ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్ చేస్తామని ప్రూవ్ చేశాం. టెక్నాలజీ అవేర్నెస్ లెక్క. When we have excess amount of electric power generation, water can be pumped to a higher level, so that whenever we need power, a water pipes కింద పంప్ చేసి హైడ్రోఎలక్ట్రిక్ పవర్ జనరేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. పంపింగ్ hydroelectric storage అంటాం దాన్ని. Now we are storing the energy in the form of that. If you can store the energy in batteries, it's a good concept. That is one area. Second area is, straight away all the electric vehicles are connected to the grid. During daytime you use your vehicle. When you park your vehicle in the office or at the house, your vehicle is connected to the grid. Your vehicle requires power, it gets charged. If grid requires the power, grid takes the power from your house, from your vehicle. During night time, if you park your vehicle, if the vehicle, your house is connected to your vehicle, in case of power failure, your house fans, lights can take the power from your vehicle, and no need of generator, no need of battery backup also. These are the latest areas in electric vehicle technology. My dear friends, I'm very confident, being an expert in special electrical missions area, who have worked and published many research papers in electric vehicle in special electrical missions in the last 20 years. I'm very confident that I'm also a power electronics specialized candidate. By the next 7 years, 8 years, by 2030, in India also, majority of the vehicles, more than 50% of the vehicles are going to be electric vehicles. How the IT sector have grown, how the communication sector have developed, the same way electrical power sector and utilization sector, electric vehicle sector is developing, and it is going to give you huge number of employment opportunities with high packages. So my dear friends, if you want to choose an IT job, have an offer with you, then concentrate more on this electrical vehicle technology. IT is giving more number of jobs, but not that good packages. out of 100, 1 out of 1,000 are getting high packages. But most of you are getting 2.5, 3, 3.5, hardly 4 lakhs package. If you choose electric vehicles as your like destination, starting packages are starting from 10 lakhs. Easily you can move to next level with 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs packages. Stay back in electrical engineering domain, improve your fundamental knowledge, and have better career in electric vehicles and electrical area. And I wish you all the very best for your beautiful career. And thank you very much for your patience and spending this valuable time. Thank you all. I thank the HOD Garu, head of the department. దాదాపు 1 year నుంచి అడుగుతూ ఉన్నారు, ఒకసారి మా కాలేజ్కి రండి సార్, ఒకసారి మా ఎలక్ట్రికల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అటెండ్ చేయండి అని. 2 years నుంచి మేమిద్దరం హరిబాబు గారితో మాట్లాడుకుంటాం, రావాల్సింది చాలా డ్యూ ఉంది. I always love to spend time with the students. Now the day has come. మార్నింగ్ నుంచి నేను కొంచెం త్వరగా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం సార్, లేట్ అయిపోద్ది, సెషన్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుందని చెప్తూనే ఉన్నాం. కొంచెం త్వరగానే స్టార్ట్ చేసిన, ఎక్కువ టైం అయింది, లంచ్ లేట్ అయిపోయింది. ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్లీ సారీ ఫర్ దాట్. If occasion comes, allow to interact with you all. If any queries, ఇప్పుడు దాకా గూగుల్ చేసి మనం మొబైల్స్ కూడా పర్మిట్ చేసాం కదా, డౌట్స్ ఏమైనా వస్తే quickly ask, or else you can post it to me and I allow to take questions. Thank you.
Any of the students from backside, I think you have some question. In middle of the session, I have found you something searching in your mobile.
No, I've asked them to search.
So you can pick up a question.
Teaching learning process is getting changed. Maybe ఈ ఇయర్ నా బిటెక్ వాళ్ళకు కూడా మొన్నే ప్రామిస్ చేశాను, హైబ్రిడ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్ టీచ్ చేస్తూ. నా క్లాస్లో నార్మల్లీ నా గురించి అప్పుడప్పుడు చెప్తుంటారు, ఎక్కడ ఉంటాము, ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ప్రొసెస్ టఫ్ ఉంటారు, నేను కొంచెం టఫ్. నేను నా క్లాస్లో నెక్స్ట్ నుండి మొబైల్స్ పర్మిట్ చేయబోతున్నాను. లెట్ దెమ్ యూజ్, మీరు కూడా యూజ్ చేయండి, నథింగ్ రాంగ్. బట్ ఎవ్రీ క్లాస్లో అసెస్మెంట్ చేస్తాం. ఇఫ్ యువర్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఈస్ గుడ్, దెన్ ఓన్లీ విల్ గివ్ ద అటెండెన్స్, విల్ గివ్ ద అసైన్మెంట్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ కంప్లీట్ ద అసైన్మెంట్ బై ద నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్, దెన్ ఓన్లీ విల్ పర్మిట్ యూ. క్లాస్లో మీరు మొబైల్లో అప్పుడు మీరు ఏమైనా మూవీస్ చూసుకోండి, ఇది చూసుకోండి, అల్టిమేట్లీ లెర్నింగే కదా కావాలి. సో లెర్నింగ్ మెథడ్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేంజింగ్. ఎనీ క్యాజువల్ క్వశ్చన్స్? ఆకలి అప్పుడప్పుడు 12:30కి లేసింది, ఆల్మోస్ట్ పోయి ఉంటుంది కూడా. సిస్టర్స్ అందరూ ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ చేయాలి, మధ్యలో వాళ్ళు స్టోరేజ్ తక్కువ కదా, 12:30కి తినేవాళ్ళు.
Thank you, sir. Reddy sir, we have a wonderful lecture by you on electric vehicles. You have covered several points from the history of electric vehicles to the advancement in electric vehicles, starting from a traditional electric vehicle to the hybrid vehicle, where we, the students and the faculty who are in the research, can definitely use your ideas and suggestions to improve our research in electric vehicles. So with this, I thank you to Dr. Reddy Garu for giving, and also thank the management of REDDY and our beloved principal sir, Dr. V.V. Rama Reddy Garu, our vice principal sir, Haribabu sir, and HOD who has brought this platform in front of you for this lecture on electric vehicles, Dr. Subbiramaya Garu, and our in charge HOD Acharya sir, and all the faculty who supported us to organize this event well. Thank you very much. And now I request our
just 1 minute. So, behalf of management and all of you, I thank Venkat Reddy Garu, because from almost 5 to 6 years నుంచి అడుగుతున్నాం సార్ని, రండి సార్ మా కాలేజీకి. ఎందుకంటే బికాస్ వీ నో వెరీ బిజీ సార్, వెరీ హార్డ్ వర్కింగ్. సిన్సియర్లీ రోజు JNTU కాకినాడ ఎగ్జామ్ సిస్టమ్ని ఎంతో చక్కగా ఒక ట్రాక్లో ఈరోజు క్వాలిటీ JNTU కాకినాడ ఎగ్జామ్ సిస్టమ్ క్వాలిటీ ఎందరో చేస్తున్నారు. దట్ క్రెడిట్ గోస్ టు రెడ్డి గారు. We know he was very busy, but still accepted our invitation. We are really fortunate. చాలా చక్కటి ఈరోజు నేను కొద్దిసేపే ఉన్నా అయినా సరే ఎలక్ట్రికల్ వెహికల్స్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ సార్ ఎప్పుడు ఒకటి యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయరు. మెకానికల్ అండ్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ మనకి ఇప్పుడు మా పోర్లే కదా, ఈ రెండు బ్రాంచ్లో చదువుకుంటే మంచి జాబ్స్ రావాలి. ఓకే, వన్ మోర్ హ్యాపీయెస్ట్ న్యూస్ టుడే received from placement officer. One of our student selected in Amazon, wow, with 42 lakhs package from CSC department. Purnima, her name, just inform. It's a good news for all of you. So, only the requirement. Why? Just I am announcing this. సార్ కూడా చాలా క్లియర్గా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. ఒక ఫోకస్ ఉంటే సాధించలేనిది ఏముండదు. ఎక్కడ చదువుతున్నాం అన్నది కాదు, బట్ వీ షుడ్ కీప్ అవర్ మైండ్ ఇన్ అవర్ కంట్రోల్. ఓకే, నేను థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ వన్స్ అగైన్. రెడ్డి గారు, రియల్లీ వీఆర్ ఫార్చునేట్ టుడే హ్యావ్ యూ విత్ us, and సార్ ఆల్సో హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ అదర్ థింగ్స్ టు visit our other facilities. We need his sessions also for the improvement. Thank you, madam. You can go ahead with your activity.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful remarks on the program. And now I request our principal, sir, vice principal, sir, HOD, sir, Shekhar, sir, mechanical department, Acharya, sir, and all the staff to come on the dais. And a special request to our guest, our speaker today, Dr. Venkat Reddy Garu, on the dais to accept a small token of gratitude. And as a customary practice of Reddy, we request you to accept our request you to accept our felicitation, sir. Thank you.
హానర్స్ ఎప్పుడు టీచర్కి మంచి హానర్ అంటే ఒక క్లాస్ వితౌట్ ఎనీ బ్రేక్ 2.5 hours స్టూడెంట్స్ విన్నారంటే అదే పెద్ద హానర్. మోర్ దాన్ నోబెల్ ప్రైజ్ ఫర్ ఎనీ టీచర్. ఈ హానర్స్ అవసరం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
It's always a pleasure, sir. Please, sir. It's always a pleasure. Not triply mechanical. ఇంకొక 2.5 hours అలా కూర్చోగలరు సార్, because you always guide. It is always pleasure having Venkat Reddy sir on the floor, and this has become now possible, but for the past 5 years when he was really working with us, he has been doing all the best for us. Thank you very much, sir. We wanted to see the same support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful introduction.
Thank you all, and once again sorry for మీకు అందరికి లంచ్ 1 hour later, 12:30 ఏమో later. Thank you and see you sometime later again.
I request all the NSS volunteers to report the NSS office.